Welcome back. It's art time class. Today we're going to be drawing a feline or canine. Let's get started. To begin, a canine or feline is any type of dog or cat. The canine family, you could do a wolf, a fox, any type of dog. For the feline family, that's any kind of cat, tiger, lion, wildcat. I mean, there's so many options for felines. And this choice is what will decide the details. So if you haven't chosen yet, that's totally okay. You can get started already. And when we're starting, we're going to focus on the face and the body. You can have a front-facing animal. If you're going to do that, you're going to do a circle with a teardrop shape. That teardrop makes the nose and like the mouth where it comes out. And then that kind of turns into a front-facing creature once you add the triangles for the ears. And you give it some of that detail. See, that first circle really gives us that detail around the face there. You could also do a profile-facing view, which is when the creature is looking to the side instead of facing forward. And you can be geometric with your drawing if you want to go geometric and cartoony. Or you could be organic if you want to go for something a little more realistic. Maybe it has a little more details or furry type of details. It's really up to you. And then the body is going to be using circles for the main torso. And then we're going to use lines and little circles for the legs to help us build our skeleton. Let's go ahead and get started. In the middle of your paper, somewhere around here, you want to first draw the head. I'm going to be doing the profile view. If you want to do the front-facing view, be sure to check out the whiteboard where you'll see some challenge drawings if you're up for a challenge. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started with that profile view. I'm going to be doing this one right down here. This starts with a circle. I'm going to put it over here because I'm going to put the body down right here. And an oval. A canine, which is I'm going to do a wolf. Their snout comes forward some, so that's going to be this oval. And then their head, that circle area, that's the big skull type area where the brain is, where the eyes are, where the ears stick out. From here, I'm going to add some triangles. Now I could do triangles pointed back if I want like mine to be scared, if I want to do the ears forward. Remember, the creature uses these ears to help convey emotion, so the way they're facing does make a difference. I'm also going to start thinking about the nose detail that's at the very tip here. And you can do a simple shape like a triangle or like a tiny heart. That comes down here, and if you bring that up just a little bit, you've got yourself a little bit of a mouth. And then see this bottom part of the oval that makes the bottom jaw come down. And you want to bring that line and connect it to the circle. I'm going to go back and start erasing. Now where these lines intersect should be right around the eye spot. And so I'm going to put my eye. I might start with just a dot. Perhaps I could do a line above it, a line below it to kind of give the eye a little more, you know what I mean? Like, I could make the eyes like pointed. If I want it to look more scary, maybe more ferocious. I could do more bubbly eyes if I want my creature to look more friendly. That's totally up to you. So I have a little bit of the face. So this back part of the circle can come out. And I'm going to do an organic kind of back and forth, almost a zigzag, organic zigzag. That's going to give us our like fur type look. Let's bring those ears forward. And right here, it's coming down to a bit of a point. I want to smooth that out, kind of bring out this sort of shape right here. So I'm going to smooth this out. And I can leave this curve. Let's take a close look at that. I could leave that curve, or I could bring it down. It's really up to you if I want my wolf to have more of a pointed nose. Okay. I can start erasing these lines. Now that bottom of the circle, that's like its jaw area. I don't want to fully erase it. I just want to give it a little bit of a furry jaw because it's got fluffy fur hanging out right there. And then the neck, a wolf's neck is a little thicker than like a cat's neck, but a lion's neck has a really big mane, so that's like super furry, really big. So it just depends on the creature you're trying to go for. So here is the type of head that I would like to do. Okay, let's check out the body idea. So to do the body, I'm going to think about right here where the shoulder hits, there's one circle. And then the second circle is just a little bit bigger. Okay, a little bit bigger of a circle down here. I want to connect these circles. You can make your wolf skinny or thick, it's up to you. And I want to lay out the tail. The tail's just a line right now. And we'll make it fluffy in a little bit. And the arms, the legs, all these joints down here, I'm going to use a line and then a circle where that bend is. I want to put a circle there. And I like to have, I think I want one leg coming down like this. And then I'm going to have this leg from behind. There's a little circle there. It's going to come out a little circle, and then it's a little foot right there. That's just a little bit of, that's the paw coming down. Okay. And that actually looks a little too short. Oh, I made a mistake. It's okay though. Because right now I'm using really light lines. You'll see how light that is compared to my second time I went over it on the head. I did really light lines on purpose. And bring that down just a little bit more. Give my wolf a little bit more height. Okay. All right, so for the legs, I wanted one leg coming forward. A little bit of a circle there. That comes back. Moves up a little bit, just like that little foot. And then I'm going to do a hind leg behind it. A little bit of a circle there. And then its foot. Similar to like that. Okay. So this point, we got our skeleton laid out for the body. Now I'm going to start adding a little extra thickness to it. And since I'm doing a wolf, I might even add a little bit of a organic zigzag type line. For the paws, I could come out in a bit of a circle. Let's take a close look at that. So here I am. And right here, I think I'm going to see that it's like the kneecap or your elbow. I'm just going to bring that in. Can start taking this away. This is like its shoulder spot, not shoulder. Over here, I want to follow this circle just a little bit. I don't need all of it there, but that circle is the guideline. Here I have this. I think I could add a little bit there, a little bit there. Thicken this out, create a little bit of a paw. Just doing a simple curve for the paw. If you feel like adding claws, go for it. If you want to put something in its mouth, like it's eating something, or it's up to you. If you want to give your picture a story, have your wolf do something, that is totally fine with me. Over here on the hind legs, I want to use this. This is like the hip bone. So I don't want to get rid of that. I'm just going to add to it. Maybe a little bit of I need to add a little bit more of an organic zigzag there for the fur. That organic zigzag is going to be like a It's a zigzag, but it's using those organic wiggly lines. Okay. And right now I'm adding this to the bottom because I know it's going to make some awesome grass. So if you want to practice that and do a layer or two of grass, you could totally do that. This also is great for when you're trying to draw fire as well. You can use this type of zigzag for fire. Fur, grass, so many options. For the back hind legs, I'm going to thicken this right here. I like how that sits. A little bit of a paw right there. And I'm coming back with that zigzag. Sometimes you might have a pencil that's got like a dark, like this is a really dark pencil versus a lighter pencil. You can go back. And now this, I want to bring up because that leg's kind of more coming from behind it. Oh, it looks a little weird. Does that look? Something looks a little off there. Let's zoom out. Let's take a different look at it. It's a little too far apart, right? Oh, I probably shouldn't have used my dark pencil. I'm going to try erasing it. So since my line's going down, I'm going to erase perpendicular. It's going to help it erase even nicer. Let me go back, and I'm going to bring in that leg a little closer. So I had the leg right here. I'm going to bring it closer. Okay, all right, okay. Now for that tail, I'm going to floof it. Foofy. And if I do like a fox tail, that might have like a pointed detail down here versus a wolf's tail, or like a cat tail could be thin or thick. It's up to you if you're doing a different type of creature. Let's clean up some of these lines with the eraser. I'll go ahead and leave the tail as is. Well, I'm not super happy with this back leg, but it's okay. I bet I'll get even better and better next time I do this. Maybe like a little bit of if I have a dog or at home, or I've seen a dog at home, maybe I can think about that and add that. Now let's think about adding a shadow below my creature. I could do an oval and shade that in for its shadow. That way it looks like it's on the ground. Very lightly shading. I could use a tissue to help blend this, or if I have a blending stick around me, I could use that to blend. You can use your finger. I don't recommend it just because your fingers might be dirty with oil or germs, and we don't really want to get that on our fingers. We have tissues we can use in the classroom. And for the background, it's up to you guys. For my background, I'm going to do not one line across like last week. I'm going to do 2 lines. One line coming down this way, like it's on a hill, and then another line behind, so like there's another hill in the background. For the background details, this back hill has smaller trees. If you're going to do trees or a house or whatever it is you want to do, you could do like little campers or something. A tree that is on this hill is going to be a bit bigger. Since it's closer, we want it to be a bit bigger. Just like right now, my hand's getting bigger because it's closer to the camera. And then all the way back here, it's going to get smaller and smaller. The farther away it goes, it gets smaller. So we want to keep that in mind. I'm just doing a little sketch. If you want to make it daytime, nighttime, it's up to you. Here are some other ideas I've been working on. So here is my more geometric version. A little more cartoony. That's awesome. Still looks fun. Here's my more realistic version. I've also started adding some spooky swirly clouds up at the top, and I started adding a gradient, really layering in those colors and letting them mix as they go from this light blue to dark blue to purple. And I want you to really play with those colors too if you do get to the coloring point. If not, that's totally fine. Here I have the head pointed up, so it's like he's howling at the moon. If you want to do that, you can. It is totally up to you guys what you do in your sketchbook. If you want to do 1 page with this, 2 pages, go for it. It's up to you. I'm just so excited that, I get a chance to draw with you and check out what you guys make in the classroom. And speaking of that, I'll be walking around the room and checking to see what kind of lines you're using, whether they're organic or geometric. Till next time, class, keep being creative.